So I would start it, it's warm, well, not hot. I would try starting it without priming initially with a warm engine.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically just, you know, normal start, but don't prime it at all. So just turn the key over. If it starts, you know, advance the mixture.
Okay.
If it doesn't, then go ahead and go back and prime.
Okay.
What tends to happen with these things is if you flood them, it's really easy to flood a hot engine on these fuel-injected airplanes, and so it's hard to start it once it's flooded. So it's a good idea to try not priming, because it's easy to flood them. So try to start it without priming, and if it doesn't start, then go ahead and go back and prime.
Okay. So we are
clear.
Okay. Here, get that. It always helps to turn the master on.
Okay.
All right.
Just advance it. Well, okay. It probably would have
if I push
started
it
if you would have pushed it faster. So now go ahead and prime it.
Make sure auxiliary fuel pump on.
Okay. Okay, you have to advance the throttle. Yeah.
That's right, yes.
You have to advance the mixture, the mixture, because you've got to get some fuel flow. So one.
There we go.
There we go. Now mixture comes out, and the fuel pump comes off. Yeah, and once you advance the mixture, you do it fairly rapidly.
Okay.
And if you're too slow, the engine will just die.
Okay.
There we go.
Pressure is good.
Yep, temp's already warm.
Yes, temperature is in the green. Flashing beacon navigation lights are on. And master avionics master is coming on.
Radios are coming on, and electrical, and we will retract the flaps. And my side's coming up, and this one's up.
Okay, and here we're going to check the database is good. 29 December.
Yes.
Enter. This, you know, the self-chest. This is the half left, half up.
Okay.
This just. Check this just to make sure that this is talking to the CDI correctly.
Oh, okay.
That's the reason you do that.
Okay.
And then one more enter, and then we should do the nav page. There we go.
Okay. 118.05. 12695. And don't have the weather here.
Yeah, so the best, you know, honestly, on a day like this, I'd set the either get the Huntsville weather, or just go ahead and set the altimeter for field elevation.
Okay, that's what I did on Sunday.
Yeah, that's easier. And then when you check in with Huntsville, they'll give you an altimeter.
Yes.
That's actually as good as anything to start out with.
Okay. Okay. So then we are going to just hit direct to JFX, correct?
That's the easiest way with this, is just go direct and KJFX.
Like finding a radio station.
There we go.
Okay, Walker
County, so enter. And one more to activate. Okay, good.
Okay.
So it says it's 55 miles, which makes sense.
Okay. 274. That's from here, though. we've got the VOR for rocket. This is backup.
And tonight you probably don't need rocket, but you'll need 12695 for the tower, or for CTAF here. And I would put 125.6 in here.
125.
Because that's going to be right for departure.
Oh, okay, yes, because we're on this side.
Yeah, we're on this side, so they may switch you. But 125.6 would be the right one to check in on.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, I'll lean you out a little bit.
Okay. They are.
Yeah, don't worry about, don't worry too much about them until we're at the hold short line and we're done with our run-ups.
Okay.
Because you'll never figure out the timing back here when you've got a bunch of stuff to do.
Okay. So we are ready to go.
All right, good. I think I've got your lights on.
I'm sorry?
Your panel lights. They were all off before.
Oh.
So I think I've got them on. Oh. Well, I think it's happening. You've got your headlamp.
Yeah.
And when you turn away, I couldn't see anything.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so I think they're on. I'll tend to not use this one very much.
Okay.
And the main reason is it's a white light.
Okay.
And it destroys your night vision. So I'll have a tendency to leave it even off if you don't need it.
Okay.
And that's just because the rest of these lights are. And I always learned that, adjust the lights so that you can just barely see them.
Okay.
And that makes sure that you still have good night vision.
Okay.
Now with your headlamp, it's sort of hard to tell because you've got a lot of light. But that's good, actually. That's really good. I'm used to blundering around in the dark. All right, I think we're good.
Redstone traffic, Skyhawk 984 Sierra Papa at the flying activity ramp. We're going to taxi to Alpha, do our run up Redstone.
Okay, and you look clear to the
I
right.
see there's someone right there. Okay, I thought you heard someone whispering, correct?
It's not whispering, he was talking fairly loud.
No, you don't need to extend your downwind. We're still yet to do our run up 984 Sierra Papa.
Yeah, and if he feels like he's whispering, then adjust the radio volume.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't worry about him. He'll stay out of your way.
How do I adjust the radio volume?
Okay, so the volume is... This is the volume for the top radio. This is the volume for the bottom radio.
Okay.
This knob is our intercom.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you can't hear the radio, turn it up.
Okay.
And I can adjust my side separately.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so let's start rolling.
All right. We look good here. Okay, so the lights just went out. There we go. I don't like the lights here. I think they're finicky. But you got them. Yeah, I usually just sort of, just keep keying until they come on. All right, so you're clear to the right?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where he is, but he's, well, let's see, he's just turning crosswind, so we should be fine. All right, good. We are.
Okay. So let's do, first let me do this. Reply 1. And yes to activate now.
Okay.
Redstone traffic 97 Echo is on the right downwind, runway 35 Redstone.
Okay, can you hear him now?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because to me it's extremely loud, but I'll just, I'll turn it down.
Okay, before takeoff, parking brakes are set. Check your brake right quick.
They're working fine? Yeah, and you should do it as soon as you start rolling.
Yes.
Cabin doors closed and locked. Flight controls are free and correct. That goes up. That goes down. That goes up. Goes down. Goes up. That goes down. Goes right. That's flight instruments. Directional gyro.
Alright.
Fuel quantity is still full. Mixture is rich, below 3,000. Fuel selector valve. Beta and rudder trim is takeoff position, and we're gonna check the mags. So we're gonna throttle up 100 and 2 to the left. We've got our drop. Yep. Back to the right. Comes back. 1 to the left. We've got our drop. Up back. Our amps are going, and our vacuum is full. And we pull the idle. The engine does not shut off.
Okay. Well, all that's good. Yeah, so you're ready to go, but he's, you know, you're not going to be that much behind him, so we can just wait for him.
Okay.
Well, I guess there's two options. We could probably get out and go, or you can wait for him.
I'll wait. I don't want to feel rushed.
Yeah.
Redstone traffic, Skyhawk 94 Sierra Papa holding short at Alpha for 3-5. We'll wait for the incoming traffic. Redstone.
97 Echo, roger. We're turning base now, and we'll do a touch and go, and give you guys some room to take off. And thanks.
Yes, the nice thing about here, on weekends, is it's just us at night.
Yes.
You know, every once in a while you get a stray helicopter, but okay. Yeah, so we'll take off, runway heading till we talk to Huntsville, and then hopefully there isn't much going on and they won't give us too much of restriction.
Okay. I don't see very many things coming in.
Yeah, there's one on approach into Huntsville that's on short final. Say something. Brickyard. Oh, it's a regional jet.
Okay. That's all I'm seeing, unless I'm looking at this wrong.
Yep.
Okay.
No, that's it. And it'll be up here also. Oh, actually, it won't be. Because this is still getting internet traffic.
Okay.
Even though it's not seeing Stratus yet. See, you're not getting anything here because this is purely Stratus.
Okay.
At least for mine, I'm still seeing the internet. All right, so they're short final, so plenty of time. Okay, we're ready?
Yes. Unless I missed something.
I don't think you missed anything.
Okay. So is he doing like his currency for?
Probably doing a night currency.
Okay.
Yeah, we might, depending on the time on the way back, you know, stop by Coleman or something and do like one landing. Because a net currency is 3 takeoffs and landings.
Do a full stop.
Do a full stop. So yeah, when we go to Jasper, we'll do full stop.
Okay.
I don't think they don't have taxiways either, so we'll do a full stop and then just turn around and taxi back. And we'll see how tired we are. All right. So he is
off, but I didn't hear him call though.
Oh, I see him. He's in there. She can taxi out.
Okay.
I just call it.
Redstone traffic, Skyhawk 94 Sierra Papa is taking 3-5 for departure to the north, Redstone.
Yeah, generally as long as he's in the air.
Uh-huh.
He. All right. Yeah, so the lights are on high. And you can see they're really bright.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got 3-5 here. I've got
3-5 there.
I'm
3-5 here.
3-5. And all my instruments are into green.
And he's on his crosswind.
He is on his crosswind. So we're good to go.
Okay.
And instruments are in the green. Airspeed is alive. different than Sunday.
Yeah, no, it should be a really nice night. And it's really clear. There's just, we're not going to have clouds or stars.
Redstone traffic, Skyhawk 94 Sierra Papa is off of 35, departing to the north, Redstone.
Okay, good.
Nose down just a bit. We were at 70.
Yep. Yeah, at night especially, because, well, here's not bad, but a lot of places you don't get much of a visual reference. So it's a really good idea to, wings level, take the airspeed, and then you know you've got a decent climb range. Okay.
And I don't see. So we're gonna last call here, then call Huntsville. Call Huntsville in.
Redstone traffic, Skyhawk 94 Sierra Papa, departing to the north, last call for Redstone.
And then remember, Huntsville doesn't know about you because the tower's closed.
Yes.
So you have to tell them you're off of Redstone, passing 1,600 VFR to Jasper.
Yes.
Huntsville approach, Skyhawk 94 Sierra Papa. We are just off of Redstone, 1,600 feet. VFR to Jasper, Juliet, Foxtrot, X-ray.
Fog 94 Sierra Papa, Huntsville approach, that's 153.034, what altitude, public 2.
Huntsville, can you say again? I could not understand.
Fog 94 Sierra Papa, Huntsville Twitter 3034, what altitude, public 2.
What altitude are you climbing to?
Oh, I'm sorry. We're climbing the altitude 4500, 94 Sierra Papa.
4,500. 4,000. Right.
Fog 4 Sierra Papa, squawk 1603.
1603, 94 Sierra Papa.
Okay.
Okay.
Fog 4 Sierra Papa, better contact, 3 miles north of the Redstone Army Airfield, altitude 2,300. Resume navigation to Walker County.
Resume on navigation to Walker County, 94 Sierra Papa.
Okay, so it looks like we can go anywhere we want to.
Okay.
So I would continue my climb,
Okay.
and then let's figure out which way is direct to Walker County.
Okay, so that would be a left turn.
Okay, to what heading?
A left turn to 210. But it's looking like to me, arrows, I'm looking at it wrong.
Okay.
A left turn to 210?
Well, if that's the way to Walker County, then go for it. Well, no, you should have this in your mind.
I'm sorry?
You should know this because you know you're going to Walker County,
Yes.
so you should know what your initial heading is going to be.
Okay.
Okay. So if it's on navigation to Walker County, the other way you do it is go direct, do 2 enters, okay, and it'll give you the steering. 214 now.
214. Okay.
Yeah. So remember that resets your GPS to current position.
Okay.
So now it'll tell you from current position what the heading is.
Okay. So left 214.
Yeah. Right, but again, you're navigating. Meaning, I shouldn't be doing this.
Oh yes. Okay. Yeah.
So when you do this, because you're going to be ready for your solo cross country,
What was that?
I don't know. Let's
Okay. Temperature, pressure is good. Fuel is good.
yeah,
ET fuel flow is good.
is hung for the climb. Let's just watch it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I'm getting at is you're navigating.
Okay. Yeah.
So you got a couple of ways to navigate. You could have done it with using the rocket VOR. We chose to do GPS, and that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. We're almost up to 4,500, so this is great. So where are you in relation to Huntsville? Airport?
Huntsville is directly in front of us.
Yeah, so you're going right over the top of Huntsville,
Yes.
which they set on navigation, so should be good. I don't know what that stutter was, but fuel flow looks good.
Okay.
So we'll keep an eye on it. Maybe be a little bit of water or something
hope that.
Okay, good. Sure, up to 4,000. Yeah. So with altitudes.
Yes.
Okay. It's 4,500.
4,500. Yes.
Yeah. And so again, it's just a standard way of doing things, so they know.
Okay.
Because you said 4500, it sounded to me like flight level 450, which is a little higher than we can climb. But again, that's why you know, it's sort of it's a language. It's very specific.
Yes.
So just like with that one, it's not 4,500, it's 4,500. Okay, almost at 4,500.
Yeah.
Must be a cold night.
Okay.
All right.
So you're over.
You're right at the top of Class C. So.
And we can push the
Untitled
nose
approach, this is November 5697 Echo.
697 Echo.
Good evening, sir. 5697 Echo, Cessna 172. Off of Redstone, for the northeast practice area, 3,500. Request VFR flight following, please.
That's like a squawk 0155.
0155.
Echo. No, still flying.
Yeah. So what you want to do is, you know, don't level off with trim. Level off by flying the airplane.
Okay.
You know, and so once you're leveled off, then figure out how you need to trim the airplane to get rid of all your control pressures.
Okay.
Yeah, because otherwise you really can't fly it with trim, and you're just kind of
And the non-select air contact on north of Redstone, say altitude.
97 Echo, current altitude is 2,300. Request 3,500.
all right. Good.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, manually fly it, and then
Minute 4824, pending 11 Lima, requesting a 18 left ILS and a Bisbee if possible.
Air 4824 approach, clear, direct Bisbee, just to maintain 6,000, ILS 411.
Bisbee down to 6, minute 4824.
yeah, is that? Yeah, so you're comfortable with that radio volume?
Yes.
Okay.
You need it down more?
No, it's extremely loud to me and distorted, but that may be just my headset. So
Okay.
if it's okay with you, you adjust the volume for you.
Okay.
Because I want you to be able to hear it. So, all right. So 4,500, and let's get the airplane trimmed. So if you let go, see what it does. Looks like it's going nose up.
Okay, so
And again, so if you manually fly it, you can feel that to keep it level, I'm pushing forward. So a little bit of nose down trim. That's closer.
okay.
And then watch the altimeter. It's still a very slow climb, but not bad.
3 is 11,000 information Lima.
There we go.
45-3 on the approach, altimeter 3033, expect Davis approach 20 minutes.
And you'll get the feel of
3033, expect visual 18 left, forward 53.
and you'll get the feel of it for it eventually.
Okay.
But yeah, so what you really want to do is manually fly it, maintain your altitude by manually flying it, and then figure out what you're doing. If you're pulling back to maintain that altitude, nose up.
Okay.
If you're pushing forward to maintain that altitude, nose down.
Okay.
And that's I think the easiest way to trim.
Okay. We're down to go verify northeast fracture. Okay, so changes are following. You always start towards the northeast fracture. You're getting right down the final here international.
They're in trouble.
697 Echo, say again, typical 3.
Okay,
If
good.
you would work to the northeast, you're getting close to final here international.
97 Echo, welcome.
Yeah, see that? So that's what's going to happen if you get too low. So you're fine. You're high enough. You're out of the way of it. But, but you can see what they did to him is they said, you know, turn away.
Okay.
Okay, good. So on our way to Jasper.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, it's a really nice night. I was expecting it to be, I don't know what. With that rain coming in, but we look like we're good. Okay. So the airplane's pretty much trimmed.
Yes.
And it looks like you've got your power set. We probably need to lean a little bit.
Okay, yes. Our EGT is not working.
Yeah, EGT isn't working. You just have to kind of, you know, it usually ends up about that far out, honestly. What I'll tend to do is pull it about that far out and then just sort of tweak it from there. And I know you're supposed to be able to you're supposed to be able to lean it on RPM, and I've never thought there was enough of a change of RPM to really notice it. There, now it's starting to get a little rough.
Maintain 5,000.
Okay.
To maintain 5,000, 453.
Okay, so what was your heading to Jasper?
214.
Okay, what, all right. So what,
Is that lean?
okay, it is.
Okay.
Well, you can feel it was starting to run rough.
Okay.
So then advance it.
Okay.
Okay, so here's your GPS tracking.
Okay.
Okay, and it's showing that your track is drifting off to the left. So
Okay.
what does that mean?
So that means I need to turn to the left.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other way you can look it up here, your desired track is 214, you're tracking 223.
Okay.
So you're tracking basically 10 degrees too far to the right.
Okay.
See, there, you're leaving airspace right now. You can contact Birmingham on 125.45 southwest.
45, very good, have a nice night. So if I'm following this correctly, the directional gyro is secondary now to this because we're in GPS mode?
Well, no, not really. You want to maintain the track of 214.
Okay.
Okay? But you have to figure out what heading you need to maintain that track. Remember that?
Gotcha.
So what you're really doing is you're figuring out your wind correction.
Okay.
And so what you can tell what's going on here is your heading was correct, but you were tracking to the right.
Okay.
So you have to correct back left to get going the way you want to.
Okay.
So, yeah, so what you're doing is fine. You do an intercept angle. You're now tracking about, 14 degrees off. So I would hold that heading.
Okay.
Right there. And then
Watch that.
watch your track. See if your track comes in.
Okay. And these are 2 degrees for each notch, correct?
Well, actually, in GPS, in VOR, it's 2 degrees.
Okay.
In GPS, let's see, you're in route mode, so full deflection is 3 nautical miles.
Okay. That's right.
Yeah, that's one problem with the CDI. Well, actually, all of them is the scale changes depending on what's driving it.
Okay.
So in GPS, ENR is en route mode. So en route mode is 3 nautical miles.
Okay. So now we've climbed up 100 feet.
Wrong. En route mode is 2 nautical miles.
Okay.
3 on a different GPS. Yeah. So now it's coming in, which is great.
Yes.
So would you? Yeah.
Now we're going to turn to 214.
Yeah, and so I would turn to about 214 and then see what it's giving you for a track.
Air 4024 cross, Bisbee at or above 3,000.
There you go, you can watch here. Guide steady out right there. There's 210, you're tracking 218.
Okay.
So it looks like you're going to have a heading that's a little bit to the left. Yeah, so what does that mean?
4824 traffic.
The wind is coming from
Yeah.
3 miles
from the,
3,000 feet to
the south.
It's coming somewhere over there.
traffic 2 miles northeast.
You can tell a little bit.
Jet 5,000,
If
3,000.
you look here and if you go over here to this display, your ground speed is 92. Your airspeed is about 100.
Yes.
So the wind is about 10 knots, so it's pushing you this way about 10 knots, and it that way.
Oh, okay.
So again, you can do some higher math and figure it out exactly, but you basically figured out your wind correction angle, and you know the wind is from that quadrant because it's also slowing you down by about 10 knots.
Okay.
So,
And I'm just going to drop down a bit.
yeah.
100 feet.
Okay.
100 feet.
So comps-wise, what's the next thing going to be?
The next thing is going to be wherever they tell me to contact.
Yeah, they should either switch you again to Memphis or Birmingham. I don't know which.
Okay.
I suspect the change of squawk was because you're leaving their area. Remember, they gave us one squawk, which is 3 something, and then they changed it. When you first checked in, they gave you a squawk of 35 something, and then they changed the squawk.
Oh, I'm sorry I missed that.
You missed all that, yeah. But what they did is they gave you a local squawk, and then when they figured out you could leave the area, this is a squawk that they're going to turn on to the next.
Okay.
That's recognizable by the ATC system. Okay, good. So we're more or less on altitude.
Yes.
We're more or less on track. You know, if you look here, your desired track is 214, your track, yeah, so you can correct a little bit, and you can see it's happening here too. You're drifting. So you don't need that much of a correction.
Forge 530 to maintain 4,000.
To maintain 4,000.
4,400.
All right, good.
Ready 24, contact tower 127.6 tonight. Thanks, connection, ready 25.
All making sense?
Yes.
Yeah, the tracking is good. And the thing with the CDI is that in GPS mode, this deflection is in miles.
Yes.
In fact,
That's the same little button that's on here.
right. Okay. If you go over to here, it actually tells you.
Yes.
That's your full deflection is 2 miles.
Okay.
So it actually tells you what it is. But if you go to VOR, this magically becomes 10 degrees.
Yes.
You just gotta have to remember that, because it makes a big difference. Because remember the radials span out. So if I'm 40 miles from the VOR, you know, and I'm 10 degrees off, and I'm full deflection, I'm a long way off.
Okay.
Right? If I'm 40 miles from my next point and I've got full deflection, I'm only 2 miles off. So I'm far. Alright. So good. And this airplane's pretty easy to trim, isn't it?
Seems. It seems like it, but now I thought we were good, but...
Yeah, so a lot of it I'll just, you know, once you think it's trimmed, just kind of let go.
18 left.
And just see what it's doing.
160. We're going to
Visual
18 left over to
Yeah,
tower.
just watch it. It's going down a little tiny bit, but then you can just tweak it up just really a little bit, just half a notch or something. See if that makes a difference. So now you're actually climbing a little bit. Go tweak it back down. And some of these airplanes are really easy to trim. Some of them are really finicky. I don't know, it must be the rigging back to the trim tape or something. Okay. So I think we talked a bit about GPS. We got a ton of time now. Okay, so the GPS, you put in a direct to JFX.
Yes.
Okay. Have we done flight plans yet?
No, we have not.
Okay. So FPL is flight plan.
Yes.
You push it, and basically you get this, and you can put in all your waypoints. And so if you're going multiple points, you can just list them in here.
Okay.
So for instance, we could have put JFX to HUA, and then it would automatically sequence between them.
Okay.
So it's another way to get there. If you're going and have multiple points, you put them in here, then you just have to do it once.
Okay.
And that's useful. So that's the flight plan you have.
Okay, and there's Hartzell.
Alright. Okay.
And then...
So big knob here are these major pages. So this is the nav page.
Yes.
Waypoint pages.
Yes.
Box pages. Nearest page.
approach Delta 1727,
And that's all of them.
10,000 with Lima.
Then when I'm within these, so I went all the way to the right for the nav. Then the inner knob gives you the sub-menus there. So this is called default nav.
Okay.
Okay. The next one over is the one you're used to.
Okay.
One more notch over is this one, which is your traffic display.
Okay.
So this only shows traffic. Okay. Here's the weather display. It'll show the weather radar. Although there's no radar out there. There's no weather out here. But if there was, you can see it here.
Okay.
Okay. That's also nav pages. Terrain, they didn't buy the database. I mean, the database is expired, so it'll give you terrain readings, but because we have an expired database, you just have to be careful with it.
Okay.
The other thing that's nice, again, nav pages, if I keep going over here, there's where I'm going direct to, and there's all the frequencies.
Okay.
So if you...
Force your pop concept at the center 120.8.
120.8 for 40 pop.
Okay, so 120.8, and it's Memphis Center, right?
Yes.
Okay. And the initial check-in is just Memphis Center, 94 Sierra Papa is at, and it can be your altitude, so 4,700.
Memphis Center, Takeoff 94 Sierra Papa, 4,700 feet. Or 4,700 feet.
94 Sierra Papa, Memphis Center, rudder maintain VFR. The Birmingham altimeter 3033.
Memphis Center, one more time again.
Please. 4 Sierra Papa, Birmingham altimeter 3033. Maintain VFR.
3033, maintain VFR, 4 Sierra Papa.
Okay. So 3033 there, and I would go ahead and descend once you get the altimeter set. Okay. Get back down to the VFR altitude. Because remember, 5,000 is an IFR altitude going the other way.
Yes.
Because they're by they're alternate 500 feet. All right, good. So past Hartsel. We should also have Coleman off your side.
Yes. Got it.
Yeah, there's the beacon.
Yeah.
Set the lights maybe off. Yeah.
For Tango Romeo, contact up center
So there's Coleman.
126.45.
So anyway, with your nav pages, as you go through, so this one gives you frequencies.
Frontier 37.
The next one over, if you really want to know you're that long, I don't know why. And then some information on the GPS performance. But that's all under nav.
Okay.
So then you get big knob over here, waypoint, has a bunch more information. But under waypoint, here's where you're going. The next one over gives you the runway information, so it's 927. There's the frequencies again.
Direct coupon for the Alvis runway data.
Right, I got 3 volunteers on frequency. They're just checking in at the same time. And volunteer 304.
Okay, box pages, I wouldn't worry about too much. They're just a bunch of other things. But then if you go farther over, the nearest is your nearest airport.
Yes.
Volunteer
And if you use a little knob,
check in once you're
nearest intersections, nearest NDBs, nearest VORs.
Okay.
And then some other ones, nearest user points, nearest ATC. But this is another one where if you're not sure who to talk to, you can go to the nearest. It'll say you're in Memphis. That's the primary frequency, which is the one you're talking about. Yeah. So if you're not sure, like if you just take off and you're not sure who to check in with, you can use this, choose that, and use that frequency. You know, it'll probably be okay.
Okay.
It may not be the right frequency. You're probably going to hold a Memphis, and they'll tell you which one is the right frequency. So anyway, lots of good stuff here.
Okay.
And you got everything on. You got all the same stuff on your chart. Okay, so it looks like we have one person on ADSB there.
300 feet above us.
There's one that's 30,000 feet. They're at way above us. Then there's one that's 2,400 feet above us.
Okay.
Farther out.
And then there's one person that looks like they're on the ground.
Yeah.
Going to maintain 1,000
or in the
and leaving flight level 230, footer and 25.
Going to maintain 1,000, descending through flight level 230, proceed direct coupon on 1034.
Yeah, so this will do some level of filtering and only give you the ones that are close. You can set the filters on your tablet. I've got mine just so it sees everything.
Okay.
But if you want to, you can have it only do within a certain altitude of view.
Oh, okay.
So like this one that's 30,000 feet above us, we probably don't care about. It's a Delta jet. So you can, if it gets cluttered, you can declutter it that way.
Okay.
All right, good. So we're pretty much back on track. So you're correcting.
Yes.
Your altitude's good again?
Yes.
We're what, about halfway to Jasper, 28 miles to go?
Number 332, Memphis, footer and Tulsa. I'll maintain a total of 230.
And everything over there looks good, right?
Yes.
Oil pressure.
Pressure, fuel,
That gets good.
flow is...
And every once in a while, it's probably not a bad idea to check this against that.
Okay.
So this says you're going on what, 220?
Yes.
Yep. So that one is saying about 195. So that's one reason your heading's a little weird. So it sets that one to match this. So it's about 18195 now, right? Yeah. There we go.
Here we go. That one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, only do this with the wings level, so.
Okay.
Because if you're in a turn or a climb or descent, this is inaccurate.
Okay.
So that's why if you're just flying along like this, every once in a while, think about checking this and resetting your gyro.
Okay. 8 to 10 minutes, unless you want to take a turn out to the left.
And that may be one of the reasons your heading was off of your track too, is your gyro was off.
20 degrees to the left of the out of 11,000 feet.
Okay. Well, somewhere out there is Jasper. not have a good horizon is, do everything in chunks. Look down, and then look back up and make sure that you didn't do something like that. And that's very typical. If you look left, you'll tend to turn left.
Yes. 3758, contact Memphis 13.
Yeah, so it looks like the wind is truly calm, that we're almost at the 45 for runway 9. Yeah, so we'd enter on the 45, and it's left-hand traffic.
Yes.
So we'll do a right-hand turn to enter the downwind, and then we'll just go base to 5. That sounds easy.
Yes, it does. Before 05, contact Birmingham approach 127.67.
Contact Birmingham approach 127.67 for Sierra Papa.
2767. Yeah, so now you back to Birmingham.
Birmingham approach Takeoff 94 Sierra Papa, 4,600 feet.
You've got 94 Sierra Papa, bring approach Birmingham on 23032.
94 Sierra Papa.
Hey. Yeah, so as I said, if you actually look at the lines, for Sanders, we're going right down the line between Birmingham and Memphis. Okay, so at 20 miles, we should start trying to find Jasper. It actually is a pretty clear night.
I see something in front of me, but I'm thinking that is...
So your heading's good, so it ought to be straight off the nose. What do we think we're going to find?
Well, I'm just having this... No, Rocky Springs would be further to the left.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make the assumption...
And the town of Jasper is just to the left of the
Okay,
field.
so I'm seeing a beacon right here.
You got a beacon? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I mean, I don't, but I'll believe you. Yeah, that makes sense, because it should be almost straight off the nose.
Yeah. Okay, now, when you said you couldn't, now I'm questioning myself. I can't tell if that's a beacon or if that's a tower.
Oh, I mean, you may see the beacon. Some days are really hard to... sometimes they don't mount the beacons.
Okay.
I said we did Shelbyville today. Shelbyville at night, the beacon is right along a really busy road.
Okay.
So you can see the busy road. And you can see all the cars on the road. I find it almost impossible to find the beacon. Yeah, but we know we're on track, right? We're 20 miles out.
Yes. Bypass 840, changing my frequency 127.67.
Clear C40 is up on 12767.
Bypass 840, have your light and clear. Archer 481 Alpha, altitude your discretion, report best for airport site.
So let's see. ADSB doesn't have anybody else in the pattern, so the lights are probably not on.
Correct. Archer 481 Alpha, roger, there's no known or observed traffic.
So we can try.
Between you and
maybe too
Airport,
far out.
no gamma jets around either.
If we do,
terminated, squawk before, change of attitude, group connect.
122.7, I'll put it down here. Right, that's the CTAF. And then what I'll do is do this. I'm still monitoring 1. And then see if I can get the lights on.
I think I see a beacon right off the nose.
Okay, good.
About almost in the center of the windscreen for me.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, now it looks like I see 2.
I think I see one just to the left of the nose.
Just to the left, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. But it also looks like there's one directly off the nose.
It does. So one of those is probably it. If we get closer, and I can't really tell if I got the lights on or not.
Okay.
So what I did here is when you're up with, in this case, Birmingham, you need to monitor that frequency.
Yes.
And so I put it down here so I can key the mic.
Yes.
But then make sure I monitor it. No, I'll go back. No. I would wait till we're a little closer in, like 10 miles or maybe a little less. Make sure we have the field in sight
Before calling.
before calling, and then just tell them we have the field in sight.
Okay.
So what they should do is they'll tell us to squawk VFR, and we can go ahead, go to 1200, do our landing, and then what we'll do is we can pop back up and come back up on this frequency and get flight fall and confirming it.
Okay. So should I turn to the AWAS now?
Sure, we can get some weather.
Okay. So 119225.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 119225, right? So
Yeah, 2. Oh, what did you
yeah,
pulled it out?
Pull it out,
That's-
and
that's right.
it'll never give you the 5. It's always 5. You know, they just monitor it. We should be able to get weather. Okay. Okay, good. So wind calm, so we can go with the original plan.
Okay.
Go with the 122.7, right? With the speed tap.
Yes.
Okay, so once we get the beacon, I think I depth of the beacon. I don't know if we ever got the lights on. But we have the beacon, right?
Yes. Yes, we do have the beacon.
Yeah, so I just like, especially at night, for flight following is, is go ahead and stay up with Birmingham. But we're 14 miles out, so.
Okay.
It'd be fun. So if you had an engine problem, where would we go?
For right now, I would try to make, straight in for, I want to say Jacksonville, for Jasper.
Yeah, could we make it? Because we're at a little less 13 miles and a bit.
I guess it depends. You mean, like if the engine went out? Or
Yeah, so if we lost the engine completely,
we lost the engine completely, I don't think we can make it.
probably not. How far do you think we could go? And I'd get your altitude down a little bit. The rule of thumb I use is about 1.5 miles per thousand feet.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and that's not exact, but it's not too far. So the ground around here is about 400 feet, and you're at so you got about 4,000 feet.
So now, 6 miles.
6.5 miles, 6 or 7 miles. So probably you wouldn't make it.
So then we would have to.
So then what do you do? Because I couldn't tell you what's down here. Actually, Smith Lake is down here somewhere. It's
Okay. But, well, I'm seeing towers with the red lights, so I'm going to avoid those.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing large, dark spaces, but I don't know what's down there. And I
Yeah.
don't see anything that looks like a road.
Which, if you look, unfortunately, what's down there is mostly hills and Smith Lake, which is big. A lot of this black here is water.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a problem. So you do have a little town going by my way, apparently Arley, and there's a road going through town. So that could be an option. There's some stuff to split there. Are there any airports close by?
Scout 984 here, Papa. Altitude, your discretion, report Walker County Airport site.
Walker County to Site 9405.
Can I go ahead and say it's the site, because I definitely have the beacon down. Do you? Yeah. Right straight on the nose. And so there's the white light.
Got it.
And there's the green light.
Birmingham Post 940 Papa. We have Walker County site.
Scout 984 here, Papa. Roger. Radio service terminated. Call VFR. Change of speed approved. Good night.
Squawk VFR 405.
Okay, good. So I switched to 1200 here. We've got Walker County there, 122.7.
Okay.
Okay, so we probably should start a descent.
Okay.
So what is our pattern altitude in Walker County?
Our pattern altitude in Walker County should be 1,500 feet.
Yeah, so we're at 4,500, so we got a lot of altitude to lose. Yeah, so I do powered 1800. I just like 1800.
Okay.
go ahead and let the nose drop. And when you do that, get down to about 18, go about 500 feet a minute for descent rate, and it should give you about 90 knots.
Okay.
It's a nice, comfortable descent. And then we'll see what we're doing. So now we just need to get ourselves into the downwind. So I'd aim for the beacon.
No, I lost the beacon again.
It's to the left of the nose.
Okay, see it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, so again, as you do this, you do kind of in chunks.
Yes.
So I'm going to do a little bit down here and then look out and make sure I know what's going on. Okay, so we're still 4,000 feet.
Okay.
I don't know. Let me see if I can get you some. I don't know if the lights are on or not.
But I'll make the call though, correct?
Yeah, I'd go ahead and make the call and say that we're 7 miles to the north, and we're going to enter the left downwind for runway 9.
Denver County, Skyhawk 94, Sierra Papa, 7 miles north of the field. We're going to enter the right downwind. I'm sorry, we're going to enter the left downwind for 09, Walker County.
Right, yeah. And we just have to get down, so we're coming down to 3,000 feet. And if you want to descend faster, the easiest way to do it is just pull out the power. You can go to idle if you wanted to.
Okay.
And, you know, you're probably doing fine. You're at 3,000 feet. We still have 6 miles to go.
Okay.
Oh, I think I see the runway lights. They're really dim. I think we do have them on. Hey, do you know where the beacon is in relation to the field? Do you know how you find where the beacon is?
No, I don't.
Yeah, the easiest way, and I'll show you, is if you look at the AFD.
Okay.
So there's the beacon. It starts.
Okay.
So it's basically midfield.
Midfield, yes.
Well, the only reason I say that is places like Huntsville International, it is to the west of the field, out in a field. And so if you go for the beacon, you don't end up in the field. And so it's good to know, because sometimes they're in odd places. This one's easy. It's dead center in the field.
Okay.
Okay, so we're 1,000 feet above the pattern.
We are? No, we're 1,000 feet above pattern. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So you're 1,000 feet to go. So how about altitude of things that'll scare you out here? So what's the, in other words, as you descend, are there any towers? Are there any mountains?
I didn't see any towers. Well, I saw some. I see like a red light there. That might be a tower.
But no, I looked on the chart, and it looks like where you're coming in, the highest thing is, well, there's 800-foot tower off your side somewhere here. There's a 700, yeah, there's an 800-foot tower off my side.
Right there,
Probably.
Okay.
But you're basically good. So you're good down to pattern altitude,
Okay.
is what I was getting at.
Gotcha.
And some places you wouldn't be. Some places you might want to stay high.
Okay.
But it's a good idea as you descend into these places, especially at night, is look around and make sure that, you know, look on your chart and just make sure there's nothing big. Okay, so do you see the runway lights now?
Yes. I see the taxiway lights and those. Yes, I see the runway lights.
Yeah, so the runway's there. You got the red lights sort of on the end. I think is probably the ILS, but okay. So now what you really need to do is, you know, we're almost down to pattern altitude. Is kind of judge your distance and make your downwind turn. Ready to go with this thing?
I'm ready because you're here.
You can do this.
I can do it, but
Okay.
it's just.
So descent checklist. Flaps are up.
Okay, flaps are.
We'll go mixture full, Rich. And I'll just do it now. So there's your gump. So
Okay.
gas info, undercarriage is fixed.
I'm set.
Mixture's full, Rich. Flaps are up right now.
Okay.
And your power setting is, once you level off, it's probably going to be a little bit low, right?
Okay.
Because normally you'd be, what, 2100 on the downwind?
Yes.
So what I do is go back to 2100 and stop your descent. Right?
Okay.
Because you're below pattern altitude and descending.
Okay.
So going up to 2100 should help stop your descent.
Okay.
Okay, good. So now we're just going to turn down.
Walker County,
Skyhawk 94, Sierra Papa is entering the downwind 409, Walker County.
Okay.
We're close. We're way close.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get you to turn. I can't see the runway, but the other thing is you're going down here is...
Where are we?
We're really, really close.
Okay, so keep your turn because you're going the wrong way, right? You're still closing the runway.
Yes.
And you know you are because you should be going west. Okay. Yeah, we can do this. So I'd extend a little bit so we can teardrop in.
Okay.
But again, you're beaming the numbers, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But we're not... Oh, sorry, go ahead. Oh, I was going to say we're beaming the numbers, but since we're going to extend, we're not going to put the flaps in or anything like that now, are we?
I personally, I'd start a descent.
Okay.
You're actually not that far out, so I'd go ahead and start your descent.
Okay.
Like normal.
So power comes back.
So power to about 15 or 16. You're pretty much in the white arc. Go ahead and get some flaps
Got our
in.
first nudge of flaps.
Yeah. When you do that, remember, you got to keep descending.
Yes.
And I would turn.
Okay.
Turn base.
Walker County traffic, Skyhawk 94, Sierra Papa is turning base for runway 9, stuck in Walker County.
Okay, good.
And we're not coming down.
Yeah, so a lot of this is you just need to kind of, you know, get your bearings in relation to the runway.
Okay. And you see the runway, because I cannot.
Okay, it's right there. You're perpendicular to the runway. I just recycle the lights. Looks like you've got one runway end
Got
light.
it. I see it.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So personally, I wouldn't have turned final now because you're not lined up with the runway yet.
Okay.
Right? You still got to be lined up with the runway.
Okay.
So let's get some more flaps in. Right? Some more flaps in. Let's actually descend.
Okay.
Right? This is, remember, you're going to land right up there.
Yeah. Okay.
So do this pretty normally. So you're way high.
Yes.
Okay? And you only have 10 degrees of flaps in.
So I'm gonna go around.
Okay. So let's do a go around.
Okay. So you're going
So full power first, always.
and then positive
Acceleration, yeah.
and then retract the flaps.
There we go. Take them out. And climb up to 1500. And let's track down the runway. Because you're kind of drifting off to the side. Yeah, so let's track down the runway. Okay, so up to 1500 feet. And we'll go around.
Walker County traffic, Skyhawk 94, Sierra Papa, we're going to go around, trying runway 90.
Okay, so you've got to really understand your heading. Okay. Because, so as we sit here, you're drifting off to the left side.
Okay. Okay. It just doesn't look like it to me because I thought I was tracking.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, but I think what you got to realize, you don't really have any particularly good references on you.
Okay.
So you're going to have to kind of look out the window and, you know, and maybe a lot more with just the DG. Alright.
Okay.
So we're good. So up to 1500 feet. We should be, you should still be over the runway.
Yes.
Is it on your side? Because I can't see it. But
Yes, I got the taxiway over here.
okay, perfect, yeah. And that's the other thing you have to do is figure out a reference. Because on my side, I've got nothing.
Okay.
But as long as you have a taxiway to follow.
Now, this is the second time this has happened at night. When I've gone to make a left-hand turn, I've lost all the runway because the wing is in the way.
Right, and that's why you should square off your turn. And that's it. Turn 90 degrees, level the wings, and look for the runway.
Okay.
And that's the reason you do it, because you will. You completely this side of the runway. So,
Okay.
So that's why it's a good idea to do that, not do this big sweeping turn. Because with a big sweeping turn, you never see the runway.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to turn to the north.
Yeah. So 1500 feet. Okay. So it's back down the runway heading.
Okay.
Turn crosswind. And turn 90 degrees to the runway. Okay, so basically you're going to be heading straight north.
Yes.
Level the wing to the runway. There's the runway. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so now you know where you are with the runway. So let's get back down to pattern altitude because you're 300 feet high.
Okay.
And then we're watching for the runway to get to the 45. Okay, there's the 45. Okay. So now turn. Now turn downwind. And again, you've been level this whole time. You haven't lost the 300 feet, so. And Walker County, Skyhawk 94, Sierra Papa is turning downwind, runway 9. There we go. start your descent.
That first notch of flaps.
Get a notch of flaps in. And then we're looking out the window. Yeah, should be about 500 foot a minute descent. What you got, perfect. Your speed's a little fast, but it'll come down.
Okay. So we're at 45.
Here's the 45.
And so we return to the south.
Yep. So let's turn base. So again, we're going to do a 90-degree turn.
Walker County, Skyhawk 94 Sierra Papa is turning base for runway 90. Walker County.
It's always runway 9.
Runway 9, yes.
I never use the 0. Okay. So you're going to... So you end up heading south.
Okay, I see the runway again.
Yep, square it off. Get some more flaps in. You're still at 10 degrees of flaps. So get some more flaps in. Okay. Continue your descent, because that 500 foot a minute's all the way around.
Okay.
So I know it's kind of black, but continue your descent. Your speeds are coming down.
Now turn?
Yeah, so now turn.
Okay.
Turn final. And as you're turning, you're looking at the runway. And what you're doing is you're going to roll out as appropriate to be lined up with the runway.
Okay.
Okay. And you're not even close to lined up with the runway. You're lined up over here. See what I mean?
Okay.
So you're judging your turn so that you can come around. So let's get over. You know, as you come around, you should be looking at the runway. And if you're turning inside the runway, don't shallow your angle of bank.
Okay.
Okay, good. So now you're on final?
Walker County Traffic Sky 94 Sierra Papa is on final for runway 9.
Okay.
Walker County.
So let's do two things. Get your land flaps in.
Okay.
And continue descending, because you've gone level again.
Okay.
Okay. So again, find your aim point, which is, in this case, just going to be kind of in the middle of those green lights.
Green lights, yes.
Yeah, so your speeds are good at 65. You're high, but you see the top row of lights. We'll do this as a full stop. Okay. They're coming in red. Good. 60 knots, perfect. Just keep flying it down.
Okay, I've got the 9.
Yep, we got the numbers.
And we're over the threshold. So
You're right on
comes
glide.
back.
Yeah, so, and then just keep on center line. Get it down to the flare. Hold off the nose and let it settle in. Perfect. Okay, so let's do a full stop and we'll turn around and taxi back.
Okay.
I guess, yeah, there's nobody here. Said you could use the taxiway, but we may as well just spin around on the runway and taxi back. Good. So as you're slowing down, do a couple of things. Go ahead and pull the flaps up. That'll help.
Okay.
And then let's actually stop the airplane.
And a lot of chatter in that nose wheel.
Yeah. But actually use the brakes, get the airplane stopped. Okay, good.
Okay.
And then let's turn around. Walker,
Okay.
no, go ahead. Your call.
Oh, it's almost 2 cooks in the kitchen, but not quite just yet.
No, and the reason I wanted to make a call is because you're on the runway in case somebody else is out there. They're not, but...
Walker County, Skyhawk 94 Sierra Papa is taxiing back for runway 9, Walker County.
Okay, good. So let's go all the way to the end, and we'll take off.
Okay.
Good. That was better, right? So,
It was.
So get back in the routine, which is, you know, you're still, if you're at pattern altitude, your descent rate should be the same whether you can see the ground or not. Because when they design these fields, they make sure that's safe.
Okay.
You know, so Walker County is hard. It's one reason I came down here, because there's really no references at all.
Okay.
You know, so you just kind of have to, you know, do everything kind of, you know,
By the numbers.
Do everything by the numbers. You know, make sure your descent rate's good. All right, good.
Okay.
That worked. Good time. It is 8:15.
Okay. Is that the runway that's making that bump in?
Yeah, this is not the best runway.
Okay.
Yeah, the nose wheel in this one does chatter a bit, but it didn't seem that bad. God. No, this is if you come in daylight. It's not the best runway.
Okay.
It could use a new coat of asphalt or whatever. Okay, so there's the 9. The lights just went out.
Okay.
Interesting, the taxiway lights didn't. I guess they leave those on. All right.
Okay, so we've got 9 there, we've got 9 there. Yep. You've got here, and 128 is...
And you've got Walker County here, and this is
that's Birmingham.
That's Birmingham.
Okay, so...
And then so you got Birmingham, Memphis.
Okay. And now I'll do direct to HUA.
Yeah, we can go back to HUA, that's good.
Ooh.
Right? Yeah, some of these are sticky, so just push hard. Or push multiple times or push hard, one of the two. Yeah. There we go. Maybe.
Okay, here we go.
Now, some of these are so old that the keys have gotten sticky. All right.
So we're going to enter.
Got a couple of enters, and we're good.
Okay.
All right. There's some lights.
There's
all
the
right.
lights.
Magic.
Okay. So we're ready to go.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Walker County traffic, Skyhawk 94 Sierra Papa is departing on runway 9, Walker County.
And feet to the floor.
Alright.
And instruments are in the green. Airspeed is alive. 40, 50, 55, 60, rotate. Tap the brakes.
But again, since you're sort of in a black hole, main thing is you get the airspeed what you want. Make sure that, you should have about, like 7 to 10 degrees of nose-up attitude, which you do.
Okay.
And your airspeed's good, so we're good.
Walker County Skyhawk 94 Sierra Papa is off of runway 9, departing heading northeast, Walker County.
You hear rain? I think I smell rain. Maybe it's just my imagination.
I was about to say, you can smell rain this high, you're good.
No, it's just, kind of, I don't know what the smell is, but it's or maybe I'm crazy. Okay, good.
So we are...
Yeah, so you're basically, 400 feet above the pattern. You can probably start your turn.
Walker County Skyhawk 94 Sierra Papa is departing your airspace to the northeast, Walker County.
And then we switch over.
Yep. And again, you switch over to Birmingham.
Okay.
And yeah, at some point, you just call them and just tell them we're off Walker County and we'd like, what altitude are you going to climb to?
3,500 going east.
That works.
East.
Okay. Yeah, 3,000 or 5,500.
Okay.
Either one.
3,500.
Okay.
Skyhawk 94 Sierra Papa here on Walker County, 1,800 feet.
984 Sierra Papa, Birmingham approach.
Thank you, Birmingham approach.
4 Sierra Papa, what do you need?
We need flight following to HUA, Hotel Uniform Alpha. 994 Sierra Papa.
Yeah, so a couple things they need to know. What do you want? But the other thing is your VFR. Don't forget that. Okay. You need
4
help.
Sierra Papa, verify your Cessna 172. What's your cruising altitude going to be?
We're Cessna 172, yes sir. We're going to cruise at 3,500 feet.
Okay. Because you need to be careful because he may give you an eye for
Control 65, contact Memphis Center
You don't want
12751.
We're 7.1, which we're going to fly.
November 4 Sierra Papa, squawk 3177.
Okay.
And then pull back the power. And then, you know, like I said, we're gonna, if that's your power setting, you're gonna manually fly it to maintain altitude, and then figure out what you need to do for trim.
Okay. We're back here.
Okay.
Believe me, those lights can come off. There we are. We still have that nose down just a tad. Trim. Untrim.
Okay, good.
You heard the engine change? Or no?
Yeah, I think it's probably fine.
Okay.
I did, but I mean, if you advance it a little bit, it should start to stutter.
There we go. I heard that one.
Yeah, so
Okay.
now it's ready. I was just pulling it out enough to actually get the change. You can feel when I got it back in that it started running right again. Yeah, it's usually about that far.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a terribly sophisticated system. Well, you can get engine monitors.
Yes.
And so if you're in an airplane, like if you're flying distances and it matters, you can get a really accurate engine monitor. We don't have anything at all accurate, so.
Miller.
Okay, good.
Good. We're a little high.
You're a little high, and we're right on track.
Okay.
So we're drifting a little bit off to the right. And Huntsville should be easy to find. Yeah, so the next thing they may switch us back to Memphis here.
Okay.
Or they may keep us with Birmingham. It just depends. We're a little bit farther east.
Okay.
Like, you know, that much farther east. Okay, good. All work out fine?
Yes. I'm a lot less nervous.
Good. Shouldn't be nervous. It's just hard.
Well, yeah.
Well, no, it really is, especially in a place like this. There's very few visual references.
Uh-huh.
So, but you do have the runway.
Yes.
And so you just kind of have to, you know, just like we talked about. You know, I'm going to beam the numbers. I can start my descent. You know, watch the runway at the 45 and turn on my base length. And always square it off because it's really important to be able to keep referencing the runway.
Yes. Yeah, that helps a lot.
Yeah, so that's
that
one
helps
to
a
do.
lot.
Turn 90 degrees, level the wings, make sure the runway is somewhere out there. Yeah, so if you do that, it does get a lot easier because that is your main reference. You know, because here we have a horizon, but down there you don't.
Yes.
You just have a bunch of, I suppose they're farms. Okay. Big tower over there. Big tower. This has bright lights. Any questions?
When we contact Huntsville, they'll tell us if the restricted area is closed.
Yeah, well, if they don't, just
we'll
ask
ask
them. Yeah, if they don't, just ask them. And if Alpha is cold, then we'll just come in from the south.
Okay.
Because Alpha's
This one right here.
is this one, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so if Alpha's cold, then let's come straight in from the south. If Alpha's hot, then
They won't do a standard.
we'll do this probably the same way we did before. It's just go over the top of Huntsville and take a right.
Okay. One day there's something enjoyable, and then it'll be work.
It's not enjoyable?
It's not as enjoyable now, but it's like when I was teaching my son how to drive, he was all excited, you know, at first, and then he was really nervous. And I told him, I said, it's
I said it's gonna be nerve-wracking, then it's gonna be enjoyable, and then it's gonna be like work. And he looked at me like I was crazy, and then we had to transfer a car out west, and I let him drive, and after about an hour, he was like, "Dad, I'm ready to rest." I was like, "No, bruh. No, this is the work part. This is the work part."
No, this is a nice night to fly, and this is a pretty good airplane. I mean, as in it's easy to trim.
Okay.
Let me try something here.
Sure. Your airplane.
On my airplane, I'm just going to see if the autopilot works. I think we tried this before, but I'm going to see if I can get it in the nav mode. In the nav mode, it should track the GPS. So what it should do, let me see if it's just going to go screwy. It should correct me back to track on the GPS, and then turn us to heading. See if it actually does it. So it's just going to be squirrely. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not good. Okay. All right. Yes, the nav mode itself, it should track whatever's on the GPS. Okay. Nav mode. If I let go, it just wants to go that way. I don't think it's tracking the heading bug. Heading should track the heading bug. Actually, that may be working. Although the heading bug, I don't think it's working tonight. Oh, okay. So with the autopilot in the heading mode, it should just track the bug. So wherever you put the bug is where the plane will.
And it feels like it's slugging.
Feels like it's doing it.
Yeah.
So we should be on about a heading of 36. Let's see if it actually goes over there and stays. Actually, looks like it's doing it.
Okay.
Okay. So that mode seems to work.
Okay.
And now it doesn't. This one does not do altitude.
Okay.
You still have
40 pop contact. Huntsville approach 118.05.
Contact Huntsville approach 118.05. 94 post.
Thank you. There you go. 18.05.
Okay. Are we too far out now or no?
No, because when they say transfer, they're expecting you.
Okay.
Huntsville approach Skyhawk 94 Sierra Papa. We are 3,700 feet straight in for Redstone 94 Sierra Papa.
They force your pop on for 3034.
Huntsville approach, repeat again, please.
For 3034.
Altimeter 3034, 94 Sierra Papa.
Okay. Okay. So the first thing they're going to come back with is an altitude.
Yeah, they will give you the local altimeter. Because remember what they're doing is they want everybody in the area to be on the same altimeter setting. So that's what. So actually, it looks like the autopilot's working in the heading mode. It appears.
Okay.
I was going to get trimmed with a little bit of a climb. Yeah, so with the autopilot, when AP turns it on, again, heading should follow the heading bug, which it actually seems to be doing. So when it goes to heading bug, you just restrict the airplane. And then in the nav mode, go to nav here, it should track the GPS.
Okay.
So if I go to, let me just try recentering. Get back. I don't know if it's actually tracking, or if it's just not moving the notes of the airplane. No, it looks like now it's kind of drifting off to the right a little bit, maybe. I'll go back to heading mode. Right. This is a thing called the KAP-140. Okay. It's a terrible autopilot. They were terrible when they were new. I don't know why. It's just, you know, when they work, they're not bad, but they don't tend to be particularly reliable. And I'm not paying attention. You're supposed to yell at me for losing altitude. So I was too busy playing with the autopilot. Okay. Again, we're 30 miles out, so when we closer, we'll just ask them if the restricted areas are hot.
Okay.
got a 2. It's got 3 lights. And one is red, 2 are white. Okay, so there's Hartselle, Morgan County.
Yeah. Then Huntsville should be just to the left of the nose. Then Redstone, we're heading right now, we're straight for Redstone. secondary beacon, so it'll have the split white light.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got the beacon.
Okay.
That's good. Do you?
I believe so. Directly off the nose, there's a blinking light and a solid light. Is that the beacon?
No, it's actually about 11 o'clock. And you see there's a line, there's 3 red or 4 red lights that are blinking. And then just above it is
I see it.
There's the split white.
White.
Yeah. There's the
Green and red.
There's the, yeah,
Okay,
that's
yes.
the beacon. Yeah, I was looking a little farther away over here.
Okay.
So we got the beacon. The restricted areas are hot. So he said Bravo. Bravo's the only one that's hot. Which one's Bravo?
Bravo is this one up here. It's the one that's always hot.
Yeah, it's that little one. So yeah, it won't go anywhere close to it, and it's yeah, that little one is always hot. Yeah. But that's where like you look at Fourth Flight thinks Alpha is hot. That's why it's colored it in.
Okay.
But I don't know where it gets this information. It's not terribly accurate.
Okay.
Yeah, so there you go. There's the main runway at Huntsville. See all the lights?
Yes.
It's got centerline lighting and all kinds of stuff.
Yes. Okay, there's
Yeah, and then the other runway is not terribly well lit.
Okay.
And we'll go actually for our next night flight because we'll need one more. We'll go to Huntsville because it's different because it's so big.
Okay.
If you see how many lights are on the main runway, and then the other one is pretty well lit. Okay. So whenever we want to, we can just tell them we have redstone in sight.
Okay.
Then let me get 12695 in here. Yes, we just tell them redstone in sight, and then we'll talk to redstone.
Huntsville approach, Takeoff 94, Sierra Papa, and redstone in sight.
Warship up, smoking forward, previous route.
Swap again, we're going to use Sierra Papa.
Okay, there's VFR. Okay. There's over to redstone, and we are
8 miles
almost
south.
9 miles to the southwest.
Redstone traffic, Takeoff 94, Sierra Papa, 9 miles southwest of the field. We're going to do straight in for runway 35, redstone traffic.
Right? I don't see anybody at ADSB. Okay, so whenever you want it, I mean, I'm lazy, so I just got the autopilot going, but I think I have it pretty well trimmed at least.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I was thinking we're going to basically go straight this way until we're lined up on the runway and then take a left.
Okay.
And this should get us to about a 3-mile final or so. The restricted area is if you slide the ribway, you can see the edge of the lights over here.
Yes.
11 o'clock is Dirt Road.
Yes.
And so this big black area here is the restricted area. Okay, so we have runway lights. Can't tell.
I can't tell either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't tell.
I can't tell. That maybe because we're not lined up. Okay, so whenever you want it, we're at 3,500 feet and 6 miles out.
All right, I will take it.
Okay, so let's get the autopilot on.
Okay. Autopilot's off.
Okay. So we probably should start a descent to somewhere.
Okay. Now shoot. Can I see your light? Because I can't see
Okay.
anything.
Yeah, so I'll do this, but you might have to take the airplane. I don't know.
Okay,
sort
no
of around
problem.
the floor. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay. So again, I would start a descent because you're 3,500 feet. The field's
Okay.
right over there. Right?
Okay, so we're back to 18.
Yeah. So some of this is planning ahead. Don't just get to the field and say, oh gee, I'm way too high. You know, so you know how far out it is. You're 5 miles out.
Yes.
You know, you're high, so yeah, pull back the power, start to descend. Let's see if we get hit some lights. still don't see the lights on. But oh, they're on, at least dim maybe. Yeah, they're on. Okay, so what point are you going to turn towards the runway?
I'm going to turn left towards the runway.
Okay, when?
When they're always...
The runway's right over there.
Oh.
That's what I'm trying to, I've been trying to lead you into the runway.
Okay, I'm sorry, I was looking...
Right, that's why I kept trying to lead you into the, it's right down there, and you are
Okay, I
still
don't...
at 3,000 feet.
I don't see the runway.
Okay, right straight off the nose here. I've got the airplane.
Okay, you do.
Okay, I'll need you to hold the light there.
Okay, I've got the light.
Okay, so the beacon is on the right-hand side. The runway is straight ahead of us. See the runway lights?
Yes, okay, I'm sorry, I was looking way far away.
Well, that's why I was trying to get you to see the beacon. So we're coming straight in from the south. The lights are on. They're just not. We're just a ways out.
Okay.
And we are way high. So
Yes.
so we may end up doing a go around. We'll just see. Let's see if I can get the speed. Okay, I'm within flap range. Yeah, and what I was doing is we were going right into that Bravo area.
Okay.
It is high.
I'm sorry, I looked at the totally wrong thing then.
Yeah, well, that's what I was wondering, because I thought, that's why I was trying to get you to descend and do some other things. So we may make it. So we have the runway lights.
Yes.
They're not very bright, but they're good enough. Yeah, coming straight in from the south, there's a big tower here, which is underneath us. It's doing the SLS testing.
Yes.
So let's see if I can actually get this. I'm going to pull up and get the speed. Throw in full flaps. He slows us down really well.
Yes.
Let's see if I can get it down. If not, we'll just go around. Redstone Tower, Skyhawk 94 Sierra Papa. We're short final, runway 35 Redstone. All right. I think I'm probably going to have to go around because we're so high. As you see, the Pappy's just coming in.
Yes.
Or we can just land really long, I guess. I'm still kind of fast.
Okay.
But the runway is there, so. Because I'm still at 80 knots. Landing lights are on?
Yes.
Okay.
Landing lights are on.
Okay, good.
Taxi lights on.
Alright. That's not too bad. We're just down at Echo.
Okay.
Yeah, restaurant traffic 94 Sierra Papa. We landed on 35. We'll do a 180 on the runway. We'll be off at Alpha. That's... Alright.
Now I don't know what I was looking at then.
I don't either, because we talked about it. I thought you had it, and I just watched the runway.
I thought I had it too, but maybe I was looking at the wrong thing. I don't know.
Well,
I saw the red, white, and green light, but I think when I looked down and I looked up again, I saw something different. I don't know.
Well, but the other thing and that's why I kept pointing out that, 5 miles out, 3,500 feet, way high.
Yes.
3 miles out, 3,000 feet, way high. And that's the other thing I was trying to get you to do. Again, night's hard. But, to realize that you know where you are in relation to the field, you, in your mind, should have an idea what kind of, what kind of altitude you should be at.
Okay.
And that's what I was trying to get you to do, is I said, 5 miles, let's start a descent. And you did. You started the descent, went down about 200 feet, and then leveled off again.
Okay.
So you just have to, again, it's just watching the airplane that you need to descend. You want about a 500 foot a minute descent. Check the altimeter every once in a while and make sure it's actually going down. All right.
Hey.
Good flight.
Not bad.
Yeah, I've got to get you to use everything you've got is the other thing.
Okay.
Is, I guess what you saw as you thought was the beacon must not have been the beacon.
Obviously not.
But you've also got this thing, you've got your tablet. I got the lights. lights on bright. They just don't want to go to bright, do they?
No, they do not.
At least they're on, sort of. Okay, there's Alpha. My guess is we're the only ones flying. Hopefully they'll stay on till we get. Now they had a while ago, I mean several years ago, they had apparently lightning struck the box that does the pilot control lighting. It has never been the same since. So it works, but it's really flaky. And there was a while that all the lights would come on except for our taxiway lights. You know, so you ended up just sort of taxiing in the dark over here.
Wow.
All right, clear right, clear left.
Yes,
Redstone traffic, 94 Sierra Papa's, clear the active at Alpha, Redstone. Okay. Okay, ready to shut down checklist?
After landing, flaps up, transponder 1200.
Flaps are up, 1200.
Strobe lights off, landing taxi lights off.
Okay.
Close flight plan.
Okay.
Can't get my phone
I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, handheld isn't the best flashlight for this stuff, but...
Okay, close flight plan, parking brake set.
Okay. I've got the brakes.
You got the brakes.
Yep.
Avionics master switch is off.
Off?